Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. This is all the information you need to have and the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. And we're talking to homeowners today with Michel Goldstein of the beer team in San Diego. How are you, Michel?
I am excellent. And yourself, Rick?
You're doing well, thank you. Doing well. So here we are at the time of this recording. It's Q3, July 2022. You're in San Diego. The market is shifting nationwide. Headlines are screaming that. What are you seeing boots on the ground right now in San Diego?
Um, well, it's very different depending on the area. We still have a few areas where you are getting multiple offers on a home, and we have other areas where we're having multiple price reductions. I think the most important thing right now is how you price a home. In the craziness of the other universe we lived in during COVID, it was, oh, well, my neighbor sold for 1 million, so I want 1.2, and this guy sold for 1.2, I want 1.5. And people were just going crazy. Now we have to be very careful where we price homes, and if you price it right, you will still get multiple offers.
And pricing right. So let's say you run some comparables, and I'm in the Denver area, right? So I used to run comparables. I'd run a model, and during the COVID area, we'd sell for above that model. Right now, we're pricing maybe 3 to 5% below that model, trying to get up to the model, as opposed to price at the model and go up. What are you finding in San Diego with regard to pricing?
Um, So I think one important thing is to look historical, right? So look before COVID and see how prices were behaving. Don't just look at, the last 6 months because that won't tell the true story. So I think the first piece of advice would be to just broaden your horizon and the data that you're looking at. Because the second one is that it still does matter very much per area. I have a home in escrow right now. I priced it the Sunday before the world changed, right? So the Sunday before that rates jumped, the biggest jump since the past 40 years, basically, and it was priced perfectly at 2.7, and it sat. We went live that following weekend, and it sat on the market, and it sat on the market, and we had a price reduction to 2.55, and it was still sitting and not a lot of activity. We priced it down to 225 and we're in escrow. And so, I mean, that's $500,000. Now, it is an area, although it's beautiful, it's an area that's a little bit secluded. And so, what happened during the pandemic is it was the time to sell the unsellable, right? The home that was sitting in the middle of the freeway with cars passing on both sides, and you could sell anything. Right now, people are starting to think about what they're buying, and prices need to be according to that.
Now, the beer home team is really well known around the country. You have an excellent mentor and team leader in Dan Beer. Love him. Heard him speak a number of times. What is the beer home team, and what is Michelle doing differently to market homes now that might be different from what other agencies are doing or other teams?
Sure. So basically, we're doing what we were always doing, although in the previous market, we didn't have time to finish our whole process, right? But it's called our 5-day blitz leading up to when we sell a home. And so the first thing before it even comes on the market or says coming soon anywhere, we're contacting. I mean, we have the largest agent owned website in San Diego County, the most highly trafficked. And so we're contacting everybody that's searching in that area. We're letting them know that we're going to have a home coming soon. Then we contact every agent that has represented a buyer in the area in the last 12 months. And the same thing, we tell them we have a home coming soon. And in this world we live in where you can grab your phone and find out everything, when your agent calls you and says, hey, I know of something that nobody else knows of, it gives them credibility and it makes them look good. But more importantly, we're leveraging their network. And so we build all that hype. And then we go to market with beautiful pictures and videos and just market it. But at the end of the day, a lot of things are bells and whistles. I think what really sells a home is its price, period. Now, doing the work up front and having enough data and having the data at the same time, right? one of the issues that we see with the way that homes are sold is that there's scattered showings. And so you get scattered information and it's hard to make a decision. But when you group everything together and you bulk it together, then you can make smarter decisions. Because at the end of the day, you know, you're not going to convince anybody to buy a home because of a nice picture or of a great video or because of anything really. It's really, is this the one for them? Can they afford it? And sometimes it's not, even if it's not the one for you, but the price is just too good to pass up. And so you buy it.
I love it. But one of the things that you said there that really stuck with me was we didn't have the time to finish our marketing, right? And that has been the case. Things were going so quickly. I couldn't get my 6-page brochures out. I had them
Yeah.
designed, but I couldn't even get them back from the printer before we'd sell the house. I'd still
Yeah.
get them made and hand them out because it's good marketing for the firm and it's good marketing for the home. But to have time to actually finish your marketing cycle and take a breath,
Yeah.
this is nice.
No, and I mean, we went to QR codes and doing digital stuff for the same reason. Um, I think what's important is for people to understand that we're going back to a good market. Where we were was just insane. Now we're just at a good market. People need to buy and sell homes. I mean, and I'm sure you've spoken a lot about millennials, but millennials, that's the largest population or group since baby boomers, are in prime home buying age, and there's not enough homes for them to buy. And so it's still a very good market to buy and sell a home.
Well, answer me a question because we have a lot of California money coming to Colorado. And you sell a $2.3 million 800 square foot bungalow in California, and you can afford a 6,000 square foot house in Denver. So the prices got driven up because they're like, wow, what a bargain! I'm getting 6 times the house for the same price, and I still get access to mountains, and it's kind of a joke around here. But the thing that I'm curious about is somebody still had to spend 2.3 for the house in California. So where is all the money coming from that buys the homes in California at these record high prices?
Um, so it's all over the place. We still have people that are moving here. I mean, I have a client right now that's moving here from Nashville, another one from Montana. So these places where normally Californians are going, you still have people that are coming here. Um, I mean, San Diego specifically, we're a huge military town. I have a friend that actually works for the government, and he told me that San Diego is the #2 place in the entire country where defense money flows.
Hmm.
And so there's a lot around that, right? Vendors and different, civilians, etc. But then there's a big military. We have huge biotech, and we call it America's finest city. And of course, I'm biased, but for me, it really is just an amazing place to live. And people have discovered that, especially during COVID, I can work from anywhere. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to stay here because it's just so amazing. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
It's our favorite vacation city. That's we go there twice a year. So we're in San
Nice.
Diego, Mission Beach, all the way up to Newport Beach, but kind of stay in that range. It's a beautiful area for sure.
Yeah.
So when a homeowner's looking at the market right now and they're like, wow, yeah, in January I could have maybe had 2.5, but now I'm looking at maybe 2 million. Should I sell or should I just hang on? Michelle, we have a minute left. What do you tell them?
I say everything, it's all relative, right? For me, you don't see your house as an investment. It's your home, it's where your family is. So if the home is too big for you, sell it. If it's too small, then move up. It's as long as you can afford your monthly payment, that's all that should matter. And you should make the decision that is best for your family and for your lifestyle. That's what I would say. Now, as far as pricing and this and that, when they look at the history books, 2022 is going to be a year that home prices went up, right? It's not going to show the detail that they went up by 30% and then they came down by 15% or whatever. It's going to show that the net was an increase in home value. And in general, people that bought at the peak of the last cycle, their home's worth more now. So again, it's about the life that you want for yourself and for your family.
I love it. So in the next 10 seconds, how do people get a hold of you if they want to more home advice from Michel Goldstein of the Beer Home Team?
I mean, Instagram is probably the easiest one. Just find my smiley face on there, and I will be happy to help with anything that I can.
All right. Thank you, everybody. All the information you needed to know and time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. Thanks for
Have
being
a
on the show. Talk to you soon.
have have a great day, Rick.